Hi there. Yes, you. You, who found this strange video, maybe by accident. You, who's probably lying down right now. Are you curled under the covers? Is your head resting on a soft pillow? Or maybe you're lying sideways, one hand under your cheek, your blanket pulled just above your shoulder. Wherever you are right now. Pause. Breathe. Notice how still everything is around you. Notice how quiet it is. Except for my voice. How are you watching this? Phone in hand? Tablet on your chest? Laptop glowing faintly beside you? Comment it below. Just for fun. Tell me how you're watching and where in the world you are. Because soon, we leave this world behind. You're not going to be here anymore. You're not going to be you. Close your eyes. Don't open them again. Not during this story. This isn't something you need to see. It's something you need to feel. Imagine this. You're asleep in your bed. But when you open your eyes again, you're not in 2025. You're not in your home, not in your warm bed. You're 5 years old. You're tiny. Your hands are small. Your feet are bare. Your world is loud and dangerous. You've been dropped into a time where wars aren't fought with machines, but with steel, stone, and screams. You are in ancient war. Maybe it's Rome, or Sparta. Maybe it's ancient Mesopotamia. Or a remote tribe, somewhere deep in a forgotten jungle. Or a windswept steppe, where the Mongols ride. You don't know where you are, but you know you're not safe. The first thing you notice is the smell. It's thick, hot, heavy with sweat, blood, smoke, and something else. Something you don't recognize yet, but one day, if you live long enough, you'll learn it's the smell of fear. The ground is dry and cracked beneath your feet. The air tastes like dust. Men are shouting in strange tongues. Horses scream like demons. Children cry. You stand in the middle of it all, a 5-year-old child, confused, terrified, forgotten. No one sees you. No one hears you. They're all too busy dying. You try to find your mother. You call her name. But the only reply is a roar of war drums in the distance. Then something explodes. Not like modern explosions, no bombs. Just a flaming projectile from a catapult slamming into the nearby hut. Wood shatters. A man catches fire. He doesn't scream. He just falls and twitches like a broken puppet. Your tiny legs can't run fast. But you run anyway. A man almost steps on you. He's covered in metal. His sword drips red. He looks at you for a second, just 1 second, then turns away. You're not a soldier. You're not a threat. You're just a child. A mistake in the middle of a battlefield. Night comes. But it's not peaceful. No stars. Just smoke. The sky glows faintly orange from fires that never stop burning. Screams have quieted down. Now there are only sobs, whispers, and the occasional howl of a dying animal. You hide under a cart. Your face presses into the dirt. Your eyes burn. Your stomach growls. You haven't eaten since. You don't remember. Someone cries nearby. A baby. Then silence. Like someone silenced it. You don't ask questions. You don't move. You fall asleep in the dirt, afraid to dream. You wake to cold hands pulling you out from under the cart. A man with scars on his face looks down at you. He doesn't smile. He speaks. You don't understand his words. But he throws you into a cart with other children. None of you speak. Some are older. Some are bleeding. Some have lost limbs. You are the smallest. The cart starts to roll. You are leaving the battlefield. But you are not going home. You are property now. Someone owns you. Days pass. Or maybe weeks. There is no sun, only clouds. No food, only scraps. No play, no laughter. You march barefoot on sharp stones. You drink from muddy streams. You sleep in cages. You are not a soldier. You are not a refugee. You are a number. Some children die along the road. They are left behind like broken toys. No one cries. You learn not to cry. They bring you to a camp. A war camp. Men everywhere. Training. Shouting. Bleeding. You are given to a soldier. He is big. Loud. Smells like metal and dirt. He tells you your new name. You forget your old one. You are his servant now. You polish his armor. You carry his blade. You watch him kill. And when he drinks too much wine, he hits you. Hard. You don't cry. You don't scream. Because you're not a child anymore. You're 5, but you've aged 100 years. One day, they take you into battle. Not to fight, to follow. You carry his supplies. You hide behind his shield. You watch again, closer this time. Men die differently up close. You hear the bones snap. You see the blood spurt. You smell the last breath. You see a boy fall. Not much older than you. Spear through his chest. He looked brave. But bravery doesn't stop death. That night, you escape. You run into the woods. No food. No weapons. Just you. Alone. The stars are cold. The wolves howl. Your feet are cut open. But it's the first time in a long time that no one is screaming. You curl into a hollow tree. You wrap your arms around your knees. And you sleep. Years pass. You're still 5. In your mind, you never grew up. You wander war-torn lands. No name. No family. No purpose. You are a ghost now. The war shaped you. You don't play. You don't laugh. You listen. And you remember. You wake again. But the world has changed. It's cold now. Not just chilly, but deeply, cruelly cold. The trees are bare. The sky is pale and angry. The ground beneath you is frozen solid. You're still alone. Still 5. Your bones hurt. Your hands are purple and swollen. You can no longer feel your toes. No fire. No blanket. No warm soup. Just wind. And frost. And silence. You try to find shelter. But the caves are full of wolves. The temples have fallen. The ruins are haunted by men with empty eyes. You curl under a broken statue. Its face has been carved away by time. It once was a god. But even gods don't protect children here. The wind howls like the dead are singing. You try to sleep, but the cold doesn't let you. Your body is thinner now. You barely cast a shadow. Your ribs poke through your skin. You haven't eaten in. You don't remember anymore. You chew on roots. You drink rainwater from leaves. One day you find something, a crust of old bread, moldy and hard. You eat it anyway. It cuts your gums. You bleed a little. But you don't care. Once you saw a bird. You tried to catch it. It flew away. You laughed. The first laugh in months. It hurt your throat to laugh. But it reminded you that you're alive. At least. For now. They caught you. Not soldiers. Not priests. Not kings. Just strangers. They didn't speak your language. They didn't care about your name. They tossed you into a pit. You and others. Children. Some older. Some much younger. The pit was deep. It smelled like rot. It echoed with coughs. Some tried to climb out. None succeeded. You stopped trying. You just waited. You waited for something to change. You didn't care if it was better or worse, just different. It happened at night. A fire in the sky. Not lightning. Not stars. Something different. A bright burning tail that split the sky apart. Everyone stared. Even the cruel men. Even the soldiers. Even the dying. Some fell to their knees. Some ran into the woods screaming. You didn't understand what it was. But for the first time in your life, everyone looked as scared as you felt. You whispered, "Is that God?" But no one answered. You came across a river. It was supposed to be blue. But it was red. Blood? Mud? You couldn't tell. Bodies floated past. Some whole, some not. You didn't scream. You didn't cry. You just watched them. You wondered if they felt cold. If they had names. If someone was waiting for them somewhere. You drank from the river anyway. You didn't have a choice. It tasted like rust. But it was water. You walked for days. And then you saw it. A city. Silent. Still. No people. No noise. Just walls, crumbled and black. You wandered through it. Statues stared at you. Faces cracked by time. Doors led to nowhere. Fires were long dead. It smelled of ash. You found a room. A stone room with carvings. You slept there. You dreamed. For the first time in years, you dreamed of your mother's voice. It didn't last long. They came from the north. Wrapped in furs. Eyes like snow. Blades like frozen stars. They didn't speak much. They didn't hurt you. But they didn't help either. They rode past you. One looked down. He dropped something, a piece of dried meat. You ate it. It tasted like nothing. But your stomach stopped screaming for a while. You whispered, "Thank you." He was already gone. You found a shrine. Deep in a forest no one remembered. It was covered in vines and moss. Animals moved in the shadows. The god's face was gone. But its hands were still open. You climbed into its stone palm. You sat there. Small. Silent. And you asked it, "Why am I here?" The god didn't answer. But it also didn't turn away. So you stayed. 4 days. Maybe weeks. Maybe forever. Time becomes strange now. You're still 5. But years have passed. Your body grows tired, but not older. Your mind is full of war, but not wisdom. You've stopped counting days. They all feel the same. You've lived through fire, through freezing winds, through disease, starvation, silence. But something strange is happening. You haven't died. People around you fall. Men who look like giants collapse. Women stronger than stone vanish. Children like you wither away like dry leaves. But you keep walking. You begin to wonder, are you cursed? One morning, in a forest veiled in mist, you find a village. It's quiet. Not a bird. Not a voice. Not even wind. The houses stand, untouched by war. Food sits on wooden plates, half-eaten. Chairs are tipped over. Blankets still warm. But no people. Not a soul. It's as if they all got up in the middle of a meal and vanished. You eat the food. You sleep in their beds. But the silence is heavier than hunger. You wake up sweating, breathless. Was someone whispering your name? No one is there. You run away at dawn. You're deep in the mountains now. There's no path. No sky. Just rocks and darkness. And then, one night, a glow. Flickering lights, far away. Dozens of torches. Men in robes. Their faces hidden by black cloth. They walk in silence. Their feet never touch the ground. You hide behind a boulder and watch. They carry something. A child. Eyes closed. Hands folded. Not crying. Not struggling. Just asleep. They chant in a language lost to time. You don't understand it, but something inside you does. They pass by you. You hold your breath. They never look at you. But after they vanish into the mountain fog, you feel different. Like something changed inside you. Something ancient and terrifying. You wander into a dead battlefield. Not fresh. Old. Swords rusted. Banners torn. Skeletons half buried in dust. And then you see him. A tall man. Standing alone. Wrapped in black. His face is bandaged. But where the eyes should be, there's nothing. Only void. He turns toward you. You freeze. He doesn't speak. Doesn't move. He only raises a finger. And points. Behind you. You turn, nothing there. You turn back, he's gone. And in his place, a mirror. Old. Cracked. Leaning against a broken tree, you see yourself. But not as a child. As a shadow. Thin. Unrecognizable. The reflection reaches out to you. You run. You never look back. At last, you reach the sea. Or what used to be the sea. Now it's white. Endless. A shore not of sand. but of bones. Millions. Every shape, every size. Human, beast, unknown. They stretch as far as your eyes can see. The waves crash behind them. Gray and slow. You walk across the bones. Careful not to trip. Careful not to fall into the holes. In the distance, something huge lies buried beneath the tide. An ancient ship? A fortress? You don't approach. You just sit at the edge of the world and stare. Maybe the war is over. Maybe not. But for a while, the bones are quiet. Hidden behind cliffs and cold wind, you find a staircase, cut into the mountain. Worn smooth by time, it leads downward, far below the surface. You descend. Each step is colder. Each breath harder. You reach a room carved into stone. Candles float in the air, unmoving. Symbols glow on the walls. And voices. Not loud. Not clear. But whispering. They tell you things. Stories. Names. Secrets of kings long dead. You try to cover your ears. It doesn't work. The whispers are inside you now. They do not scream. They do not command. They remember. And now you do too. You feel it before you see it. The sky has cracked. Like glass. Lines of light seeping through reality. The earth trembles. Birds fall from the sky. Rivers run backwards. Children no longer speak. You walk through a city that is crumbling midair. Bricks floating. Ash falling like snow. The war is no longer between men. It's between gods. Ideas. Forces you cannot name. You are still 5. Still barefoot. Still silent. And yet, you stand beneath the splitting sky. And do not blink. Because now, you are part of the war. Not as a soldier. Not as a victim. But as something else. A witness. A ghost. A child who saw everything. So now, you've seen it all. You were 5 years old. And the world was war. Not just a battle. Not a single fight. But the endless hum of fear and fire, the long scream of forgotten history. You ran. You hid. You learned not to cry. You watched lives end and never understood why. But now, there are no more swords. No more frozen nights. No more red rivers or faceless men. It's just you. Here. Still. Quiet. The sky is no longer burning. The earth no longer shakes. The horns of war have gone silent. And your little body, worn and ragged from wandering through ancient chaos, finally lies down. finally rests. No one is chasing you. No one is shouting your name. No one is expecting you to survive another night. You are alone. And for once, that is peace. Your eyes. They're still closed, aren't they? Don't open them. Not now. Not ever. Let your breath fall slower. Let your hands loosen their grip. Let your heart drift. As if it belongs to the wind. Because there's nothing left to hold on to. The gods have turned away. The ruins are dust. The empires you survived are now just names in crumbling stone. And you? You are a whisper in the void. A memory no one remembers. Except you. But memories, even heavy ones, begin to float when they're no longer needed. So let go. Let the past wash away. Let the child you were dissolve into stars. Let the world beneath your feet melt into clouds. Sleep now. Sleep like you've never slept before. Because you are safe. You are weightless. You are invisible to war, to time, to suffering. The war is over. The story is done. And you have earned your silence. No alarms. No awakenings. No return. Only the slow, endless descent into stillness. Into softness. Into the place beyond sound, beyond sorrow, beyond the memory of war. You've done enough. You've seen too much. So don't fight the dark anymore. Let it carry you. Let it take your tiny hand and lead you home. Home, where no one bleeds. Home, where no one forgets you. Home, where you are never hungry, never cold, never small. Just quiet. Just safe. Just gone. So sleep, little one. Sleep forever. Because the child who walked through war has finally reached the end of the road. And there's nothing left to fear. Nothing left to feel. Nothing left. At all. Candle. Good night.